$9.01. Oh, 7. 9:07. There was a glare. One day. I put Chip back there. He seems to like it better. A one-day nano popper. Little tiny popper. How big? One. Excuse me. That's 1 1/8 inch long. Just over an inch for a popper. I'm hoping that this can catch bluegills and stuff. Sunfish, chubs, shiners, everything. Off the top. Get the little aggressive fellas to hit the top. Wonderful beginner style bait. Go ahead and build along here. Probably don't need the whole shebang kind of lure shop like this to do it. Just grab your chunks of Tupelo and let's get started. What a cute little fella. All right, pretty spot on with that side profile cut out. Unnecessarily thick that way though. Let's get that cut out. A little pepino, let's add some shape to it. As far as things to like kind of just be aware of as I'm carving, that's the main feature, those giant eye sockets. So let's just be aware of that and carve. Need to sharpen my knife. Oh, let's not drop those. Master knife sharpener I've become. Barely feels like I'm even doing anything on stuff this small. Stuff is happening though. It's taking shape. There's a lot more to go. Trying to get it kind of hollow between the eyes on the top. It's not really the place you want to be removing material from though, because you want it to be floating and buoyant on the top there. I want to go for that shape though. Makes the eyes extra bulgy. Oh man, I think I need to, ouch. Oh, just poked the crap out of my finger there with a super sharp little bit. Owie. Anyway, I think I need to hollow out that mouth with this big old burr bit. I don't go super crazy with the hollowing out of popper mouths anymore. I've found that even flat ones work good. That's all the further I'm gonna go with that. Pretty hollow. Should go kerplunk, more like kerploop, because it's tiny. Kerpleep, boop. Moved on from the 150 grit to the 220 grit. I was being a bit savage with my sandpaper coarseness. All right, it always comes down to this. At some point I need to stop sanding. Got the 300 grit out even. Trying to satiate my obsession, but you can never get there. Yeah, put it down. Eye sockets. Carved that, what do you call that, a lip on a fish detail. Wow, that needs a little bit more sanding, doesn't it? I think it does. I'm gonna do this with a hand drill because it's got a bit more speed, a little bit more control on the fly as well. Really get your fingers in there, you know? Super close to those spinning, cutting edges. There. What an eye socket. It's like most of the bait. We don't have any tear out or anything. Clean. Nice clean edge over the eye. There's the sandpaper again. We're almost ready for a super glue bath though. Hardware pilot holes and then we'll be ready for super glue bath. Or wait. We need to add weight. Pun unintended. Weight. So I poked right there where I want the weight. We're gonna use Just a little Dremel bit, ball bit. We're just gonna sink it in right there, and that's all the space we need to put weight. So if you can achieve a bit of a sinkage towards the back when these things are floating, when you pull on the line tie, it'll bring the nose down and forward, and it helps with the kerploop. I'm debating on if I want to pour a drop of lead in there or if I want to put a smidget of tungsten in there. Tungsten and super glue. I prefer to layer it up. Powdered tungsten doesn't have the absorption properties of baking soda, so you really gotta layer it up. I don't know if it's more or less poisonous than lead. Also, I don't know. I don't recommend not knowing things like that either. You should probably know what you're working with. In this case, I don't. What I do know is I'm gonna cap that off with super glue and baking soda. There we go. It has weight. Just a little bit too. It doesn't have a lot. I think that's good. I'm gonna smooth off that lead hole, put its hardware in and put a hook on it and seal it. Test it too. I wanna see that it sits upright in the water before I continue. I don't want it to just sit on its side in the water. It needs to be upright. Just about ended the one day right there. One day failed. I really hope I never end a one day in a hospital ever. How small are these? Yeah, that's not ridiculous. I think I have screw eyes that will appropriately fit this. These are shorter, little stainless steel ones. Got that hook hanger nice and low on the body. That's gonna help make this thing sit upright while it's floating. We'll be able to sink this one kind of deeper into the body because of the concave mouth. Looking sleek. We're ready for sealing. All right, there's my super glue in a cup. Here's my brush. I'm gonna go as light as possible. The more that super glue saturates the wood, the less this thing will float. We achieved a nice light coat everywhere. I think it's fully sealed. I don't think I need to be doing this with the brush anymore even. But look at me go. Okay. There is my Nano pepino. Let's see if it sits right. Let's check real quick. Ah, it sinks. It sinks super slow too. It sinks upright. Okay. We need to drill out that powder tungsten. It probably didn't need any of that powder. With the way that the bait's shaped and the hardware being on the bottom, that was probably enough. Okay, that powder's pretty much all gone. We're gonna fill this now with 5-minute epoxy and microspheres to lighten it up. I don't think I can take my chances with super glue and baking soda because that weighs more than water. I need a substance that weighs less than water. So because that was 5-minute epoxy, I have to wait. You gotta wait like a half an hour before you can get away with sanding that stuff down, so I'm gonna eat. Early lunch, make best use of time. Why not get a second round of coffee going? You know, you make the best of these types of situations. Round 2. I say round 2 like every day, because I have round 2 every day. Okay. Time to make sure that it floats. And it does. Bloop. Oh, you guys hear that one? Yeah, we got plops. Nice. And it's floating the correct way with the bottom down. It's got a good blop. Bloop. Starting with white. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to do a fire tiger. So I'm gonna blast it with neon chartreuse to begin with. And fluorescent green on the top. Heat setting between the layers. Now we need orange. Going with fluorescent orange. Everything has been fluorescent so far. All right, that's nice and visible just from a side view, but it's like all over the belly, super bright orange. Blood, red. This stuff's good. This stuff's super, super red. You know how blood is just like jarringly red when you see it? A little darker. Even on the bottle you can see this is a little darker than like a wicked red. This is straight red. It's got the gory-ish tones to it because it's darker like that. Just jarringly red. It's going on the mouth. Perfect. Old bone white in the brush. It's going on that front lip thing. Brighten that up a bit. Okay, now the dangerous part. I've been rummaging through the stencils trying to find something to assist me with this, and I think I found, well, I'm in contention with two. It's either this one with those bars right there and do it just like that. It's this one, very close to just doing that and not even thinking about it, or even finer lines back here and just kind of covering up the rest with my thumb like that and spraying that right there. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the more bold, thicker black lines. We're gonna use Wicked Jet Black, super opaque. I wanna be able to use less paint and achieve the effect quicker. Effect achieved, I think. Here we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Spiffy. Now I think those thin lines would look stupid. So we good. That's just, it's perfect. Stunning. Put some black on the top, tied it all together. I might put some black, ooh, I gotta be careful, around that eye socket. Fire tiger. Should we do scales? Just a tiny bit, or just leave it like that? I'm tempted to just leave it like that. Scales might take away from how defined that delicious detail is. Oops. Okay, that did absolutely nothing. Yeah, no scales. I have to do the same on the other side, like put no scales on. Yep. I guess I just needed to prove to myself that that was useless. It's just perfect how it is. I made it shiny, and when it's on the top and the sun's reflecting down into the water, that's good. So, a little bit of shine, bunch of bright color, little fish attracting nugget. Clear coat! Got my UV resin. This is gonna be brushed on sparingly. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Whoa, excuse me, what am I doing? This needs eyes. That was a close one. We're not doing glass eyes. We need some Dead Meat Customs. I think 10 millimeter. I got those low pupil ones too. Those are kind of tempting. Ooh. Got a delicious bag full of 10 millimeters. I'm very much appreciating these yellow splotchy red ones. Very defined. Fire tiger has red eyes. That's probably the one we're gonna go with. The search is over. Dude, what an eye. That's perfect. Thank goodness for Dead Meat Customs. There just always seems to be an eye that matches perfectly with everything I do. Now, clear coat. Hey. We had a tiny little bubble in the eye right there. Dang it. Didn't see that before I brought it out. The other side's perfect.
Can I see it? Is there a bubble in the eye?
There's a bubble in your eye? You see it right there? I think I'm gonna try to fill that. 1 sec. Alright, you can still see it a little, but it's better. It's sealed. Before it was open. I can add a little more. That worked. You can still see there's like a bump there, but it's completely backfilled, completely sealed, and probably fully set already in the sun.
I can see that.
That's nice. That worked good. The UV clear coat is very manipulatable, and you can add to it. I'm just gonna flip it every once in a while. Not necessary, but I just do it so there's no fingerprints on the bait before thumbnail. That clear coat is fully set, hardened to a crisp. That's that little eye defect I was talking about, but it used to be a hole and now it's just kind of covered, and it meshes nicely with the rest of the clear coat, I'd say. It's better than leaving it a hole. I love this little thing. What a beautiful nano popper. That was the chair. I didn't fart. I'm gonna be a sad bait maker if we don't catch a fish on this. This little 1-inch delectable nugget. Wow, what a depressing thought. So if we toss this in the tank and it sinks, all is not lost. We can lighten up the split ring first and then possibly even the treble hook if necessary. This is the same hardware it had when we tested it first. Ooh, it still floats. It still bloops. All right, we're gonna catch fish. It is time for a creek fishing adventure. Nothing better than popping it in the creek. It's kind of a windy, not very many clouds day, so we have a bit of a walk too. I have not fished this section of the creek in years. I'm ready to walk it as well. I got my old shoes on. I'm stoked. I love this kind of fishing. Haven't done it yet this year, so here we go. I think a dog will find that now. We have made it to the tiny creek. Taking a thumbnail and I just had a smallmouth blow up. Okay, I think I'm done taking thumbnails. Let's fish. There's smallies all over it. Looks like they want it moving. They look at it and then they don't commit. Whoa. Okay, we had a hit and a miss. Bunch of northern hog suckers. Oh man, there's some fish blowing up over there. All right, that's a bunch of green sunfish. Usually they're extremely aggressive, but today they're not, which is not a good sign. Gotcha! Out of the stream. In the rapids. Sweet, man. It's official. Well, that took a while. I got to say it's official, but smallmouth, like the Nano popper. Dang it, he came right off. Size 10 treble. Need to be careful. It was probably the biggest smallmouth I've seen so far. We actually caught it. So we're just looking for size. What is that? It looks skinny and long. That's a pike. No, that's a gar. Something hit my leader knot. Wow, they're looking for small stuff today. Okay, there we go. And you give it a snippy snip. Oh my goodness, he hit it and he missed. Didn't get the treble hook in him. Not a dent on the UV clear though. Wow, I wish I hooked up on that fella. By the way, it was like, I don't know, 2:15 when we caught that smallmouth. I'm calling it official. 1 day complete, successful. Nonetheless, we're having a pretty rough day with the little Nano popper. We should be just hammering them, but it's a little off today. There's a pink one. That's pretty. Oh. Gotcha. Stay on. It's official again. Dinko smallmouth, like Nano poppers. Thanks for biting. It's been a rough day. You made it better. Thank you. Be free. It's official. Gotcha. Oh. Okay. There was a deer right behind me. That scared me a lot more than any of these blow-ups. A big old whitetail. The heck is that? Oh, it's that deer. Making a really stupid noise. We got lucky deer up in the woods up there. Come on. Hook. Get the hook. Hit the hook. Gotcha. Okay. Nope, nope. You barely hit it. I barely hooked you. Couldn't get you. Dang it. This is an Owner ST36. Super, super sharp. Couldn't have put a better hook on it, really. They are just so timid. It's sad how timid they are today. Who hurt these fish? They just come up and like, meh. They just kiss it and swim away. They're just looking for love. Gotcha. New species. Green sunfish. Like the Nano popper. We got one. 2 species. Be free. I think I need to give up and find my way back to the trail. We got some smallmouth and a green sunfish. That was rough. As far as creek fishing with tiny stuff goes, I feel like I should have done way better than that. I think I hear people. The trail is that way. I sound like a Sasquatch coming out of the woods. Back at it. More walking to do. We're going to a pond. I'm not liking how scummy this looks. We'll just do our best to avoid it. Some kind of sunfish. 3rd species. A lot of blue. Is it a green? Yeah, it's a green sunfish. Never mind. Just looks a lot prettier out of this pond. Green sunfish again. 2nd species. Still. That's a different species, I think. Let's make sure. Yeah, straight up bluegill. 3rd species. Official. On the Nano popper. One last effort will be given to catch a fish on the Nano popper. If it does not work out, that's it.
Got my short rod. I think it's like a 5'6". Decided that even though I'm wearing shorts, I'm gonna walk through some pretty thorny brush to get to the good trout spot. There's not a lot of people willing to do this. That's why it's a good trout spot. It's straight up rhubarb right here. Whoa, okay. Whew. Oh, nettles. Oh, nettles. Oh, why? Okay, that's gonna burn. That's gonna burn for a bit. Nettles are like a 10-minute thing. It burns. Okay, I decided if I can't even get them interested in this, I should just go home. Little prey bait. Might move to a tungsten ice fishing jig head kind of setup. After that, might not. The desperation is setting in. Whew, that was a bite. So they're nibbling down low. I had to let that hit the bottom. Fish on. And it's not even a trout. It just peed on me though. Smallmouth. 1.7. Wow, wasn't even a trout. Dang it. And it peed on me. So yeah, after fishing too long here with the popper, just a few casts in and we catch a smallmouth on the 1.7 down deep. Whoa, that feels like a trout. No, it's a creek chub. Look at that beautiful creek chub. Okay, it's official. Creek chubs, like the 1.7. This bait's technically longer than my popper too. Not even technically longer, literally longer than my popper. Fish on. This looks like trout. Could be a chub. It's a trout. Ungrabbable slimy buggers, but there's one. It's official. Rainbow trout. Like the epic 1.7 prey baits. Be free. Decided to go around. No need to get stung by nettles any more than I already have. Man, that was kind of rough, but we caught fish. We caught multiple species. Caught a rainbow trout on a prey bait. I'm fine. Don't worry about me, guys. I'm good. Fishing's really slowed down, but it'll pick back up. We just need some rain. Might have to keep the 1 days ultralight. Make a bunch of nano baits, you know? Let me know. What do you want to see ultralight? Comment below. Thanks for watching. On to the next bait.